What's up, everyone, and welcome. In this episode, we're going to talk about the Flubot banking Trojan and how it's evolving. The holidays are coming up, so it's important that we're aware of these kinds of smishing attacks.
Oh, drat these computers. They're so naughty and so complex. I could pinch them.
The Flubot banking Trojan is using a fake security warning to trick Android users into thinking they're already been infected with Flubot. It's a lie, but it'll become a reality if recipients of the text message fall for it and click on the Install Security Update button. Flubot, also called Cabassus, is an Android banking malware, also a banking Trojan, that is pushed by cybercriminals in large-scale campaigns targeting consumers across Europe this past spring. Flubot works in a malware-as-a-service model being sold in underground forums by the operators to criminal groups. The actors behind the Flubot botnet sending smishing or SMS phishing messages with fake notices of upcoming package deliveries, and they urge the victim to follow a link to track the shipment. This has since evolved into this new version with "You have been infected with Flubot" SMS message. The landing page then presents a download button supposedly required to track the package or to install an antivirus or get rid of the infection. After a victim falls for this social engineering trick, the Flubot is downloaded to the mobile device and requests various permissions, including access to the contact list, sending SMS messages, and overlaying other applications. The contact list is subsequently sent to a command and control server and used to seed new waves of smishing messages that are sent through the infected phones. The Flubot malware does not exploit any vulnerabilities in the Android operating system or targeted devices, but prompts the user to manually grant two powerful system permissions. These permissions allow the attackers to steal credentials from banking and cryptocurrency apps on infected devices, using overlays and then exfiltrating one-time passwords and two-factor authentication codes. The Flubot developers have been busy adding support for new target countries to the malware, as shown in this next visualization here. You could see Germany, UK, multiple European countries here. Now, following are also metrics from sinkholing efforts as provided by Shadow Server on May 11th and previously on April 27th for seeds number 1136, 1642, 1813, 1905, 1949, and 2931 of this Trojan. As you can see, there's been spottings in Spain, Germany, Belgium, Italy, United Kingdom, Netherlands, Poland, the United States, Hungary, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Now, these efforts show that there is a decline in infections. As with many sophisticated malware families, it's reasonable to expect that there's sort of like an ebb and flow in the infection rate. And as I mentioned in the beginning of this episode, now that we're coming up to the holiday season, I anticipate that you can expect a spike in these types of messages, again, about delivered packages. You all think about Christmas or Hanukkah or Thanksgiving or whatever. Sending packages and presents through the mail or receiving them is going to increase at a drastic pace in this holiday season, and I expect that this type of smishing attack is also going to increase.
You can't catch me. Why, you couldn't even catch a cold. You know what I'm gonna do to you? I'm gonna punch you right square in the nose.
Now, Android has detected that your device has been infected. That's what the message reads, along with instructions on how to install a security update to get rid of it. So here's an example of the message that you might receive saying that your Android phone has already been infected with Flubot, and here is how you can install a security update or get rid of that. But your phone is not yet infected. The most recent alarm was raised last Friday morning, and New Zealand's computer emergency response team warned that clicking to install security updates will actually trigger the Flubot infection. So this alert, and if you click on the SMS message, is not real. It's not telling you that your phone is infected. It's a fake. But once you click and do the install, then your phone will be infected. Now, in an advisory published Friday morning, the CERT warned that Flubot malware is spreading via text messages on Android phones using wording that's continually in flux, which means that they're changing the message and changing the tactics to stay under the radar, to catch people off guard as they learn about it through the news, so on and so forth. When the scourge first started earlier last week, New Zealand's telecommunications sector warned that the new scam text was pretending to be an alert from a courier company. So it started out being this whole package delivery scam that asked users to click on a link or download an app to get information about delivery of a parcel. So make sure you watch out for those types of text messages where DHL or FedEx or any kind of courier service sends you a text message, asks you to download an app to install it so that you can track your package. Now, Telecommunications Forum Chief Executive Paul Brislin told e-commerce news that the payload appears to resend the text via the user's address book and also asks for banking information or bank information. Needless to say, at a time when everyone is using courier delivery services, this has the potential to cause a lot of damage. So this particular Trojan is exfiltrating or stealing your contact list, sending it to the command and control server, which is then initiating attacks against those people. As of last Friday, the threat actors had switched it up with scam text that pretends that photos of the recipient have been uploaded. So you have deliveries of packages as a scam, you have your phone has been infected with Flubot as a scam, and now you have, hey, we've uploaded your photos to Google Cloud or Apple or whoever as a scam. We should expect more creative variants of this Trojan. In all cases, there will be a link asking recipients to install an app or a security update. So those are the two primary triggers. They're asking you to either install an app or they're asking you to install a security update to mitigate some malicious activity. Flubot is only a danger to Android devices. Now, while Apple phones can receive a text messages, of course they can, but they can't be infected because this is an Android-specific Trojan. Users who clicked on the link but who didn't download anything likely didn't trigger a Flubot infection. However, it's strongly recommended that such users change all their online account passwords and contact their banks just to be safe. So if you got the text message and you clicked on the link, because of the evolution of this, it could be that clicking on the link does something, but they're not sure. So they recommend, or we're all recommending, that you still change your online accounts just to be on the safe side. Now, the same goes for users who actually entered personal information into a form. If you entered information into a form, chances are that is now in the hands of the attackers. So, particularly payment card details, change passwords, and contact your bank to check for unusual activity. These types of SMS phishing scams, also known as smishing attacks, and they're far from new. In February, attackers were harvesting personal data of users in the UK with fake messages promising tax refunds or overpayment. Mobile phishing has been a booming business since the start of COVID-19, as you've heard in or seen in some of my previous episodes on new types of phishing attacks, and it's expected to keep growing. Now, in case you haven't seen my episode on phishing, the link is above. It's pinned in the comment section below, and it'll be in the credits at the end of this video. I highly recommend you watch that video. I discuss the most prevalent types of phishing campaigns and how to spot them, so check it out after, of course, you finish watching this episode. Now, if you've been infected, you're going to have to do a full factory reset as soon as possible, deleting all your phone's data. Restoring from backups is unfortunately off the table. Do not restore from backups created after installing the app, and seek services of a qualified IT professional if you require assistance. Also, change all online account passwords, particularly to online bank accounts, and again, contact your bank if you see suspicious activity. Now that's if you've been infected. So, what did we learn? Well, text message phishing campaigns are on the rise, using new messages to trick you into divulging banking information, and they're using your contact list to infect people you know. So again, you need to learn how to spot these types of attacks. So, watch my episode on phishing, or read up on the internet, whichever is easiest for you. Now remember, we're heading into the holiday season, so people are increasing their purchases and they're getting more packages delivered to them. So be extremely careful when you get messages about package deliveries or misdeliveries. I know that, DHL will say enter in your telephone number or your cell number so that we can send you a message when we're about to deliver it. You still have to be careful, and you should not be clicking on links within those messages. You should also not be installing any app through an SMS message or a text message in order to track something or install any antivirus or fix an update or anything. None of those are going to come through a text message. You would be alerted through your phone's software update process, as an example. Now, while these messages have been seen in Europe and New Zealand and Spain and the UK, as you saw in that chart I showed earlier, this is spreading more globally. They're adding more countries, and it's going to increase no matter what anybody thinks, because it works. So with that, I say thanks again for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you haven't already, and smash the bell if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.